we saw USC for the second time this season taking down number 2 UCLA behind Juju Watkins, Kiki Iriafen, and the rest.
We're hearing more and more like stuff basically asking why Juju Watkins isn't getting Caitlin Clark hype. First of all, it took Caitlin Clark was doing this, and I mean this. Caitlin Clark was pre-Caitlin Clark getting even remotely close to Juju.
The Caitlin Clark-Juju Watkins comparisons have continued to generate heated debates about college hoop experts and fans. When it comes to Juju Watkins' comparisons to Caitlin Clark, really, they're a compliment to Caitlin Clark, if you think about it. Now, let me first address this idea that Juju Watkins is not promoted at the level Caitlin Clark was. That's just false.
Juju Watkins, I'd argue, has been promoted far more than Caitlin Clark was relative to where she was in her college career, which, by the way, is a great thing.
Despite Watkins' stellar season with the Trojans, many believe she is still a long way from filling Clark's big shoes. During her collegiate career with Iowa, Clark became the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer and was a 2-time National Player of the Year. Meanwhile, Watkins has been named Big Ten Player of the Year, becoming the first USC player to do so since Cherry Nelson in 1988. She was also named unanimous All-Big Ten First Team and All-Defensive Team honors. More importantly, Watkins is still in her sophomore year, meaning she has more time to surpass Clark's stellar records in women's college basketball.
It is Juju Watkins. So Juju Watkins versus number 2 UCLA. This was just last night. She had 30 points, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and 2 steals. USC is the Big Ten regular season champion thus far, man. Now, it don't stop there, bruh, because she got a major milestone that she just broke yet again. Juju Watkins has now reached 1,604 career points, leaving her just 159 points away from breaking the record for most points by a women's college basketball player through their first 2 seasons.
The 19-year-old broke Clark's record as the fastest Power 4 player to reach 1,000 points in November 2024, which fueled the comparison between her and the Indiana Fever star. Her following in Clark's footsteps to become State Farm's second NIL signing was also interpreted to mean that the comparisons were not ending anytime soon.
Now, there's a lot of players in the country playing Division I basketball. Nobody scored more points in one game this year than you. That's the most this season.
Crazy. Yeah. More to come for sure.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark who?
No, don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that.
This incredible achievement has sparked widespread discussions and debates in the basketball world, especially as fans and analysts start comparing the two players. Watkins' performance underscores her ability to step up when her team needs her most, showcasing not only her skill, but also her consistency. The significance of this achievement cannot be overstated. It's a testament to her offensive prowess and her rising stature within the league.
Juju Watkins being named unanimous National Player of the Year by The Athletic. It says USC sophomore Juju Watkins has earned a significant accolade in her second season as a Trojan in being selected as The Athletic's National Player of the Year.
After last season, in which the Player of the Year debate was more like a foregone conclusion, this season's race was far more crowded with players putting their cases on the floor until the final day of the season, or, in the case of the Athletics pick, the second to last day of the season. With a 30-point, 5-assist, 2-steal, 3-block performance Saturday against crosstown rival UCLA, USC sophomore Juju Watkins sealed her spot as our National Player of the Year. Her unanimous selection by the Athletics Committee of Voters follows her recognition as the Athletics National Freshman of the Year last season.
Juju Watkins has won Big Ten Player of the Year. This is an article brought to you by Sports Illustrated titled, USC Trojans, Juju Watkins wins Big Ten Player of the Year All-Defensive Team honors. It reads, USC Trojans sophomore guard Juju Watkins continues to add an already impressive resume in just her second season on campus. Watkins has been named Big Ten Player of the Year. She is the first USC player to win Conference Player.
What makes this achievement even more remarkable is the environment in which it took place. With so many strong, emerging talents in the league, For Watkins to set such a high bar in her relatively short career speaks volumes about her potential. This moment marks a defining step in her career, and it's clear that she is destined for greatness. The record-breaking performance serves as a loud statement to the rest of the league. Juju Watkins is here to stay, and she's ready to lead the next generation of basketball stars.
With the women's college basketball regular season coming to a close, The Athletic names Juju Watkins as unanimous National Player of the Year, Paige Bueckers rises to first-team All-American, and Texas secures that.
With both players continuing to dominate on the court, the future of women's basketball looks brighter than ever. As fans debate who the true successor to Caitlin Clark is, one thing is clear. Watkins' record-breaking performance has placed her at the forefront of this exciting new chapter in the sport. Talking about a new chapter, Juju Watkins and Paige Bueckers are two of the most hyped and promising young talents in women's basketball, both having made waves throughout their college careers. As Paige Bueckers prepares to enter the WNBA in 2025, the basketball world is already buzzing with comparisons to Caitlin Clark. Both Watkins and Bueckers have dominated their respective college tournaments, consistently being described as head and shoulders above their competition, much like Clark was during her time at Iowa. Both Watkins and Bueckers have become the faces of the future of women's basketball, and the expectations surrounding them are enormous.
It's time for the guarantee presented by AT&T. And I guarantee that Juju Watkins is your National Player of the Year.
Caitlin Clark got his jersey retired and hanging high in the rafters after a legendary career. However, the crowd also made sure to cheer and applaud USC star Juju Watkins, despite the loss. Watkins, who's considered to be one of the rising stars of the game, was humbled and grateful for this gesture. For her, it's another testament to how far Clark is getting this game.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the box score all the time. It's kind of hard to take my eyes off of it, just seeing how, how many mistakes we made and areas we could improve on. So, it's just, like I said, great thing to learn off of.
With Bueckers entering the WNBA and Watkins continuing to light up college basketball, the stage is set for a new era of women's hoops. Both players are more than ready to carry the torch, and the comparisons to Clark will only add fuel to their drive. It's an exciting time for women's basketball, and with stars like Juju Watkins and Paige Bueckers coming through the ranks, fans can't wait to see what happens next. However, Clark's electrifying playstyle, coupled with her undeniable talent and flair for the dramatic, has turned her into a cultural icon and one of the most recognized faces in the sport. Her ability to dominate the court, sink deep three-pointers, and execute jaw-dropping plays has made her the most exciting player to watch in recent years, propelling her into the spotlight like no other player before her.
Yeah, she's displaying some skill right now that's like, and she moving fast. Like, it look like she don't look like, it look like everybody on that court is way slower than her when she get into her stuff. Like, did you see all the highlights of the whole game?
Yeah, so she pulled 1 3, like a leaning 3. And you can just tell, like, everyone on the court's not expecting her to shoot yet. Like, we're trying to settle in our defense. Pull. Hey.
And she coming through the lane, crossing over
crazy
between the legs,
handle,
pulling
crazy
up.
footwork.
Since Caitlin Clark's breakout performances, she has single-handedly catapulted the WNBA into a new era of visibility. Clark's games became appointment television, with fans flocking to watch her every move. She brought in casual viewers, intrigued by her electrifying play and the promise of something truly special on the court. This rise in viewership was not just due to her scoring ability, but the way she made the game feel personal and accessible, inspiring fans who might not have otherwise tuned in. Her influence was especially evident when the WNBA began to see its viewership skyrocket. Every game she played, whether in college or the WNBA, seemed to carry an energy that transformed the sport. Fans, even those who weren't familiar with women's basketball, felt the hype surrounding her games. Major broadcasters, recognizing the rising interest, began to cover the league more extensively, a direct result of Clark's growing fan base. Her performances became a symbol of what women's sports could achieve with the right visibility, and her presence on the court served as a reminder of how much untapped potential existed in the WNBA.
The WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year. Okay, now let's not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till
While many talented players like Juju Watkins, Paige Beckers, and others are often compared to Clark, fans remain adamant that no one will be able to replicate her exact impact. It's not just about her on-court abilities, but the energy she brings to the game, the magnetic presence that lights up arenas and screens alike. Clark has been able to create a momentous shift in how people view women's basketball, showing that with the right mix of skill, personality, and drive, a player can transcend the sport and make a lasting cultural imprint. Her legacy, as one of the most impactful players in the history of the game, will likely be cemented for years to come. The conversations around her greatness have sparked deeper discussions about the future of women's sports and the need for greater investment in these leagues. While there are certainly future stars on the horizon, the undeniable truth remains. Caitlin Clark is a one-of-a-kind talent whose effect on the WNBA is unmatched.
I just finished a live shot with a 10-year-old young lady named Jane who said, I went last night. I'm a Mystics fan, but she had an Indiana Fever shirt on today. And I said, why? And she says, I just love Caitlin Clark.
I try to take it in the best I can. I mean, I think that's something that never really gets old for myself is, you know, seeing the young girls with your jersey on or with Indiana Fever gear on. For me, like, I was just them.
With every game, Watkins proves she's not only a record breaker, but also a leader on the court. Her incredible scoring ability and calm demeanor under pressure are turning her into the face of women's college basketball. As she continues to rack up accolades, Watkins has one clear goal for her USC team. The emergence of Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers into the WNBA will undoubtedly make the league more competitive and thrilling than ever before. As both players make their way into the professional ranks, they are set to challenge the dominance of established stars like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, creating an exciting rivalry dynamic. The potential for intense matchups between these rising talents and the league's veterans promises to elevate the competition, drawing in even more fans and media attention. The next few years are shaping up to be a golden era for women's basketball, with these four stars leading the charge and bringing unprecedented energy to the game. Expect high stakes, fierce battles, and unforgettable moments as they fight to establish their legacies in what will surely become one of the most exciting periods in WNBA history.
So, I don't know how, like, people are saying Juju deserves the Caitlin Clark hype. Juju deserves so much hype, but everyone's in so much of a rush to find the next Caitlin Clark that they realize that they're not going to realize he's never going to be.
The shift from college to the WNBA is a monumental one, especially with the success these two players have already experienced. For Juju, who has shattered records and dominated in the college arena, the stakes are even higher. The WNBA is an entirely different beast, and while her college dominance has been undeniable, it will be fascinating to see how her game translates against some of the best players in the world. Will she continue to light up the court the way she did in college? Or will the pressure of the WNBA experience a different kind of challenge? The anticipation surrounding her debut is palpable, and every move she makes will be analyzed as fans and analysts try to predict her future impact on the league.
Like, that's what's crazy is I think you're going to start a whole new generational thing of girls wearing the high bun and like, how does that make you feel?
It's cute. It's
an iconic
cute
thing, you know what I mean?
Men too.
Men can wear buns too. The bun is
Say that, Jojo.
The bun can be handsome and cute. It's co-ed.
Okay.
But it's crazy to think about. It's like, I don't know, just creating like a new kind of.
Similarly, Paige Booker's road to the WNBA has been anything but smooth. After battling injuries during her college career, Buchers is set to prove she's not just a flash in the pan. Her return to form has shown glimpses of the electrifying talent that once had her pegged as one of the most promising players in women's basketball. But now, she'll need to prove she can not only stay healthy, but also perform at the highest level against seasoned WNBA stars. The expectations on Buchers will be immense, especially with the comparisons already being made to Caitlin Clark, who has set an incredibly high standard.
Paige is great. I think Paige is probably the leanest basketball player to ever grace our game. You look at her efficiency. She doesn't take bad shots.
As both Juju and Paige step onto the WNBA stage, there's likely to be a significant amount of debate among fans, analysts, and fellow players about who is the best player in the league. Caitlin Clark has already solidified her position as a household name, and the rivalry between her and the newcomers will undoubtedly be one of the most exciting aspects of the upcoming seasons. Fans are sure to be split, with some supporting Juju and others backing Paige as the next superstar. However, no matter who ends up as the dominant force, the competition between these young players will only serve to elevate the level of play in the league. This level of competition is what makes the WNBA so intriguing. With players like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins, and Paige Buchers now at the forefront, the league is primed for an exciting era of women's basketball. Each of these players brings something unique to the table: Clark's shooting range, Reese's physicality, Watkins' versatility, and Buchers' court vision and IQ. The combination of their skills will make for some highly competitive and unpredictable matchups, where fans will be eagerly watching to see who rises to the top.
How did you plot out what's happening?
So my parents, growing up, they both played, so there was a lot of knowledge there of the game and stuff like that. So I just told them, like, I was serious about it and I really wanted to pursue it. And once I had that conversation, that's when they kind of stepped in and was like, okay, let's really do it.
In the coming seasons, we are likely to witness some unforgettable battles between these players, as the debate over who is the best player intensifies. Juju and Paige will have to deliver on their immense promise, and every game will matter. But regardless of who takes the crown, one thing is certain: the WNBA is about to enter a new era of excitement, skill, and fierce competition, and fans everywhere will be watching as these young stars shape the future of the league. But can anyone truly live up to Caitlin Clark's legacy? With Juju Watkins now being dubbed the new Caitlin, fans are divided. Could she be the next big thing? Or is there only one Caitlin Clark? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. If you've enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.